Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Alternate Reality Sports back at it again with another video. We are simulating the entire 64-team men's college basketball tournament using dice. Yes, you heard me. That's right, using dice. We have finished the round of 64. Then we finished the round of 32, and now it's time to move on to the Sweet 16. And I guarantee you, no one else is simulating games using dice the way that I am. If you can find them, let me know. I want to talk to them. But until then, let's go ahead and get started. All right, taking a quick gander at the brackets. This is the South region, West region. As you can see, 8 teams over here. In the East region and Midwest, 8 teams over here for a total of 16, where we will eventually end up right there with 1 team left, the champion. All right, before we get started, just want to remind everyone to click that subscribe button if you like what you're watching. Also, I want to clear up any confusion. So the round of 64 and the round of 32, I have basically speed simulated, if you can call that a term. So basically, I haven't been showing the dice, so you may be wondering, where am I getting those numbers? I'm just throwing random numbers up on the scoreboard. So this is basically how I do it. This is my dice rolling app, which you usually see in all of my other videos. So basically, well, there's a good example right there. So 1 roll of 2 dice equals 4 minutes of game possession time. And if the team rolls a double, like I just did, they get a bonus roll of 1 dice, just like that. So for example, that team would have scored 12 points in those 4 minutes, and then we move on to the next team, and then they roll 6, so they get 6 points. So to clear up any confusion, that's basically how the teams score points in dice basketball. All right, of course, here's our trusty dusty Microsoft Excel spreadsheet official scoreboard, and as already indicated, here's our dice rolling app right there, making a cameo for this video. The anticipation is finally over. The waiting is finally over. So here we go. Starting off in the South region, the 12th seed UCSD versus the number 8 seed Louisville. Here we go. All right, Louisville leading 38-32 over UC San Diego at the half. All right, we are 4 minutes away from a double-digit seed going into the Elite 8. Let's see how this finishes out. That's it. It's all over. University of California, San Diego defeats Louisville 76-69. They will go on to the Elite 8 to face either Iowa State or Marquette. Coming up next, the number 7 seed Marquette versus the number 3 seed Iowa State. Here we go. And we have reached halftime. Iowa State with a 41-37 lead over Marquette. And we are tied at 71 with 4 minutes left to play. This thing could go either way. And it is over. Marquette prevails with an 81-77 victory over Iowa State. They will go on to play UC San Diego in the Elite 8. All right, next game, 13th seeded Grand Canyon versus the number 8 seed Connecticut. We've already had 1 double-digit seed advance on to the Elite 8. Will it happen again? Let's find out. We have another close game on our hands. Connecticut leading 38-33 at the half over Grand Canyon. And we are 4 minutes away from another double-digit seed advancing to the Elite Eight. Grand Canyon up by 10. Unbelievable. Grand Canyon, the 13th seed, knocks off the number 8 seed, Connecticut, to advance to the Elite Eight. Another double-digit seed in the Elite Eight. All right, folks, this is unbelievable. Our next game, the 11th seeded Drake versus the number 10 seed, Arkansas, which means one of these teams obviously will go on to the Elite Eight as a double-digit seed, meaning 3 out of our first 4 teams going to the Elite Eight are double-digit seeds. Simply unreal. Either way, here we go. Another back-and-forth contest as Drake leads 40-37 at the half. Who will prevail and advance? Let's find out. The suspense is very, suspenseful. Arkansas with a 1-point lead, 4 minutes left to play. Who's going to come out on top? It's all over. Drake in the final seconds defeats Arkansas 78-77. They will go on to face Grand Canyon in the Elite Eight. Incredible. All right, another very highly anticipated matchup. This is one of 2 5 versus 1 seeds here in the Sweet 16, but this one will be Oregon versus Duke. Here we go. Oregon with some awesome dice play to start this game off, but Duke comes within 8 at the half. Four minutes left to play. Oregon let the lead slip away, but can Duke hang on? Let's find out. Unbelievable. Duke is simply unstoppable down the stretch. They pull off the comeback and they win 90-80, and they will face either Montana or Vanderbilt in the Elite Eight. All right, coming up next, the number 14 seed, Montana versus the number 10 seed, Vanderbilt, which means, yep, that's right, another double-digit seed will be going to the Elite Eight. I'm going to have to do some research, but this might be some type of record for this many double-digit seeds going this far in one tournament. But either way, let's get on with the game. Another close back-and-forth game. Montana with a 33-31 lead over Vanderbilt at the half. Montana's stifling defense has them an 8-point lead with 4 minutes left to go. Can they hang on? Let's find out. And there you have it. It's finally over. The number 14 seed, Montana, defeats the number 10 seed, Vanderbilt, 72-65. They will go on to face the number 1 seed, Duke, in the Elite Eight. And here we are, our other 5 versus 1 seed here in the Sweet 16. Clemson takes on Houston. Here we go. Clemson with a 43-36 lead at the half. It's still anyone's game. Another epic second half collapse. We are 4 minutes away from seeing Houston advancing to the Elite Eight. Unbelievable! Clemson with 4 minutes left to go in the game erases a 12-point deficit. They outscore Houston 18-4, and they come back to win 81-79. They will go on to face either Troy or Tennessee in the Elite Eight. What an incredible comeback! And now down to the final game, the number 14th seed, Troy versus the number 2 seed, Tennessee. Here we go. Uh-oh, Troy keeping this thing close. They are only down 36-31 at the half. Wow, did not see this game ending this way. Tennessee totally destroys Troy in the second half with a 90-64 victory. They will go on to the Elite Eight to face the number 5 seeded Clemson. Well, that was probably the most insane video of dice simulated games I have ever encountered or been a part of. So many close games, weird comebacks, lots of upsets, so many double-digit seeds going on to the Elite Eight. This is getting crazy. I can't wait for the next video. All right, and speaking of that bracket, our Elite Eight in the South, UCSD versus Marquette. In the West bracket, Grand Canyon versus Drake. In the East, Duke versus Montana. And finally, in the Midwest region, Clemson versus Tennessee. All right, just a few more videos to go. The Elite Eight video will be next to determine who is our champion of the men's 2025 NCAA tournament, the Dice Simulated Edition. All right, for us at Alternate Reality Sports, thank you once again, everyone, for watching and tuning in. Like, subscribe, throw me some comments. If there are any other types of games from any other sports you want me to simulate, leave it in the comments. I will read them, and I will do my very best to simulate them. Either way, we will see you in the next video.